let's talk some spoilers about the Batman. So this goes without saying, if you haven't seen the movie yet, don't watch this video. Go watch the movie. Unless you're like me and you just want to talk about movies before you even see them, right? But I've seen it, obviously. So let's go ahead and talk about this thing, man. I've been anticipating the Batman for 2 years, I think, is when the first trailer came out. It was a surprise. It was glorious. And it gave us the vibe. Now, did the movie hold up to it? Absolutely. At least I think so. So I'm going to cover my main talking points here about the movie. It's going to be out of order, random spoiler thoughts. Be sure to comment below your thoughts on the movie. And if you agree with me on certain things or not. All right, let's get into it. Matt Reeves, the director of this film, shows his ass in this thing. Boy, man, he is an auteur at this point. Right? If you haven't seen the last two Planet of the Apes movies, go watch them. Because this guy really knows how to give you some grit, some realism, really a popcorn movie feel, but with that Oscar cinematic quality. Okay, and that's exactly what we get here. So props to Matt Reeves. Do some more, please. Give us some more Batman movies, because you know how to do it. And speaking of Batman, I would say this is one of the few true Batman stories. And what I mean by that is this movie is centered around our hero versus what people would say is the best Batman movie, The Dark Knight. That's more of a Joker film. Okay, Batman's obviously the main character, but he kind of takes a back seat. Props to, I was about to say Hugh Jackman. Props to Heath Ledger. Damn, I forgot his name for a while. R.I.P. man. He obviously killed it as Joker. But Christian Bale, great of an actor as he is, kind of took a back seat in that movie. I would say Batman Begins is more about the Batman. That's more of a Batman story. So this movie brings it back to the movie being about the Batman. Obviously, the rogues gallery, the villains are in there. They do a good job, but it's centered around our boy, okay? And that's what I like to see. Now, they've been going around saying this is a year 2 Batman story. I honestly think that this is more of like a year 1.5 Batman, just because as you see, he hasn't really figured all his shit out. You know, most of his technology is handmade by him, is rudimentary. He hasn't really nailed down his ninja-ness, when he's, he literally has a a gliding suit instead of his wings, going out. So it's a very base level Batman. And I like that. He's not a super ninja yet, In this one, instead of Ra's al Ghul training him, Alfred has trained him, which is very similar to the Year One comics. And it shows in the way he fights. It's more of a brawling style. It's not karate. Let's talk about Gotham. Gotham is another main character in this story. Now, the last time I really got the feel of a Gotham type of thing was I would say in Batman Begins, when Christopher Nolan gave us the Narrows, that looked like Gotham to me. Obviously, the rest of the city, it just looks like Chicago. Same thing with The Dark Knight, Chicago. Dark Knight Rises, it looks like New York and Pittsburgh. The Michael Keaton Batman movies definitely had that gothic Gotham feel to them. Very stylized. This one is more of like a Gotham that actually looks more realistic. I noticed that they had Gotham Square Garden instead of Madison Square Garden, which is kind of cool. I like that touch. But it wasn't too polished, which I like. You want your Gotham to be disgusting. That's what it was. Oh, the first 10 minutes of this movie. Talk about setting the pace, setting the expectations. Oh, man. And the narration's awesome. It's like that noir detective shit. This is Detective Comics, right? We got Batman actually showing his detective skills and giving us the voiceover. I love that because he's like, yeah, I got these dudes scared of the shadows. I might not even be there. But they're just looking like, oh, shit, I'm doing some grimy shit, but Batman might be over there in the shadows, man. Oh, hurry up. Let's dip out. I'm going to leave my paint can. I love that. Zoe Kravitz. Ladies, if you resemble Zoe Kravitz, you might need to let me have it. If you do, I might make you a habit. I think it's about time we get at it, okay? If you resemble Selena Kyle, I might let you stay for a while. You know what I'm saying? Zoe Kravitz, she jumps right off the comic book page, man. She killed it as Catwoman. I like her style. I never thought she was such a good actress for a while. I kind of figured, oh man, she's been shoehorned in movies just because of her dad. But Now you can tell she's finally built up a skill set. And she uses her sexiness to her advantage. There's some chemistry between her and Robert Pattinson. I hope they work on that a little bit more in the future. But I like it. I like how Batman, you can tell he hasn't really been with a lot of women. Billionaire kid, hasn't been with a lot of women. So even he literally immediately falls in love. Before he even meets Catwoman, he's looking at her like, oh man, she getting in that cat suit? Oh boy. I guess this is my waifu now. I guess, he didn't want to see her leave, but he was like, you gotta go. I gotta do my thing. Come back, but I ain't going with you. Robert Pattinson. People were talking all kinds of shit like, oh man, the guy from Twilight, man. Oh. Dude, if you haven't seen The Rover, Good Time, The Lighthouse, and all the other movies he's done since Twilight, you are missing out on a great actor, man. This guy knows what he's doing by now. You think he's still gonna be doing some vampire, twinkly, sparkly shit now? Nah, man. It's like he was made for this role. I do wish he put on a little bit more muscle, but there's time for that. You know what I'm saying? He still looks great in the suit. This Batman, he's definitely not really ninja-like, but he's definitely Terminator-like. He just walks in. Shoot me up, bro. I don't care. I'm going to get you. I'm going to walk slow. I ain't going to run. I'm going to get to you. All right? You can't get away from this Batman. It's great to see. So I hope he does a lot more Batman movies. He said he's up for the task. I like that he actually read the comics. He has his favorites. It's good to see. Colin Farrell as the Penguin. I was waiting for his natural accent to kind of come out a little bit as he's playing Oswald. And like one part, I was like, okay, that sounds like Colin Farrell. But for the most part, man, you can't even tell it's him. He absorbs the penguinness, Hold on there, sweetheart. I like that part. I love it. Mobster style, talking all kinds of shit. It's great, The chase scene. The Batmobile. Speaking of, you gotta get you one of these. That Batmobile, man. I like it. I like that they didn't give Batman a tank this time. We've seen it a couple times, So right now we see Batman in his early stages. He built this car from the ground up. The sound, that whine, and then the flames coming out the back. Oh, yes. I'll take two. I'll take two, please. But you did see he was driving that C2 Corvette pulling up to the church. You know what I'm saying? I was like, all right, Batman likes Corvettes. So do I. Thank you, Batman. But yeah, that chase scene was glorious. I'll watch just that again 20 more times. Easy. The score by Michael Giacchino, I think is his name. He always does great scores. And this one, I think it's also great. They played that Nirvana shit a couple too many times for me, but it actually fit very well because this is kind of an emo Batman, so it worked. But the overall score was bombastic, creepy at times. I liked it. Slipped right in. Now the cinematography. This actually might be the winner of this entire movie. The cinematography, I forgot the guy's name, but it was the same guy that did the cinematography for Dune, and we all know how much I love Dune. This looks just as good, if not better. And Dune got an Oscar nomination for the cinematography, so I expect one for this movie as well. Man, does it look good. Oh my God. I can watch this movie silent and just look at it. You know what I'm saying? I can switch it to my screensaver. No problem. No problem at all. Really, that's all I need to say about how this movie looks. It looked good. It looked good to me. The ending, I was kind of blah about the ending at first. I liked the flooding, but being in the Gotham Square Garden with the henchmen up top trying to shoot the mayor, I do like that when Batman took the elephant gun to the chest. I was like, all right, that one he finally felt. And I like how he had to inject himself with that adrenaline to just go hard at that last dude. But the thing that kind of saved the ending for me was when Gordon asked the henchman, hey, who are you supposed to be? He's like, I'm Vengeance. And Batman was like, oh, shit. I'm thinking the Vengeance thing is going to help people. In reality, I'm inspiring the bad guys. So he's like, you know what? Let me go ahead and change Vengeance to Hope. I'm going to give the people of Gotham hope. So let me stick around, help people out the rubble. Let me put girls in helicopters and let mud just dry on my face. That's the new Batman now. So I like that he's finally growing. He's like, all right, I can't just do this vengeance shit all day because I'm messing up. You know, the Riddler, he almost won because I'm just too focused on getting revenge versus focusing on hope and being a symbol of what Gotham could potentially be. We all know Gotham's trash. Just throw the whole town away. But Batman thinks that he can change it up. So cool. Go ahead, Batman. Give it a try. Paul Dano as the Riddler. Good job, man. I like his monologue in Arkham. And I thought at first that he actually realized who Bruce Wayne was, but he kept saying Bruce Wayne because that was his main target, right? Because he was jealous of him his whole life. So Batman's sitting there like, oh shit, did he figure out who I am? And he was like, oh, okay, he thinks I'm helping him. All right, cool. Oh man, he almost got me. So I like that monologue, and then he starts singing at the end of it. That's how you do it, man. I like that his Riddler isn't trying to be the Joker. Okay, he's kind of doing his own thing. Versus like Jim Carrey, while he was great as the Riddler, I think he was more like a Joker type of character. You know. Speaking of the Joker, we get a look at Barry Keoghan as the Joker in Arkham. It's cool, you know. You can tell this is kind of the beginnings of who the Joker's supposed to be. So I hope that they bring him back, but I don't want them to focus on another Joker story, man. Give us all the other glorious rogues in Batman's gallery, you know. That's all I got for now. I give this movie 5 baldies out of 5 because I don't really have many complaints. You know, John Turturro as Falcone, that's probably the only thing I'm just like, I'm just whatever about, you know. But it gets a 95% out of 100 from me, man. 5 out of 5, baby. What do you think of the movie? Comment below. Let me know. Subscribe if you like talking spoilers, because I do too. And I'll see you in the next video, player. Bye.